Welcome back. So our delete customer is actually running, but I'm kind of missing a message here. I want to also explain to the user that when the customer is actually found, you deleted him. So a message like customer was deleted. Now this is very, very basic stuff. You could have done that easily, but I want to show you something called the ternary operator. Ternary operator, I think that's the way you pronounce it. Ternary operator, which is kind of a way for us to do one-liners, because don't want to use the if statement and stuff like we just did. I want to make it a bit simpler with an if statement like that. And you can use the ternary operator to do stuff like, here it's a result I'm trying to test. I'm saying if this is the case and it's true, then do this. If it's false, then do this, right? So let's try and use this in our code just to make it more simple. But again, we need three operators. We need an actual condition, a question mark, and a colon. That's what we need to actually do this. So let's try and go back to our code. What I want to do is I want to have, instead of having this console write line twice and having this if statement, I just want to use the ternary operator to actually figure out if I should print customer was deleted or not found. And I'm going to put in an if statement right here, I'm going to put in the statement right here. So here will be the answer or the response that I want to print in the console write line. And then I'm going to equal that, and then here the ternary operator will begin. The first thing is the question, and I'm going to reverse this just to make it easier, because trying to explain this with the not null is very hard. I tried it in a few videos and I had to delete them. So let's try and say if customer found equals null. That means the customer is not found, right? That's pretty easy to understand. Then I do a question mark. That's kind of saying now we have the question. If it's true, we'll put it in here in the first field right here. And I want to say if the customer is found is null, that means the customer is not found. So that's the first response I can end up having. Then I'll do a colon to explain, but there could be another response, and that is of course that the customer was deleted because I actually did find him, right? So that's the second response. I'll end it here. Now let me try and make this into two lines to try and explain it once more. We're saying I need a response, which in this case is going to be a string. I need to get some information back. The question that I want to ask to the system is the customer null? And then I put in the question mark to explain to the system, if he is null, then do the thing that happens right after the question mark. Putting the colon afterwards and saying, if he's not null, then put in what's after the colon. So that now the response is actually either customer not found if it was null, or customer was deleted if it's not null. And then all I have to do is pretty much just print the response down here like this, and then of course instead of actually putting in the hard-coded message here, I'll just put in the response right here. Now I don't need this anymore, I'll remove it. I don't need this anymore, I'll remove it. And now with these lines I can remove an if statement and I can actually just print this out. And we can make this even better if we started playing around with this customer not found issue up here. But let's keep it at this for now, because I feel these make sense in a lot of areas, and I will use them when I find cases that make sense, and then you guys can start using them as well, because they are pretty powerful when we run with them. See you next time. Have fun.